Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. One of the hardest things to do is to repeat as Super Bowl champions. It hasn't happened since the New England Patriots of the 2003-2004 season. So we're going on 2 decades since a repeat Super Bowl champion, something the Kansas City Chiefs will be looking to end this upcoming season. Of course, a lot has to go right for you to become Super Bowl champions. And well, one of their key players hasn't been happy this offseason, and we've gotten more news. This is via Pro Football Talk's Josh Alper. Chris Jones replies Week 8 when asked how long he'd hold out. So it goes on to say he's been racking up daily fines of $50,000 since the start of training camp, and he indicated on social media that he's willing to rack up a lot more of them. Jones posted a picture of a sign that reads, "If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind also," and was asked in reply when he plans to rejoin the team. Jones' reply won't warm many hearts in Kansas City. Week 8, Jones wrote. Another reply noted that would result in a hefty tab, and Jones would forfeit more than $7.5 million in weekly checks. On top of his camp fines, if he were to remain out until that point in the season, Jones seemed unbothered by that prospect. "I can afford it," Jones wrote. Man, that's something that many of us can't fully grasp, but Chris Jones, I guess it's something he's thought about. We've heard that he's looking for $30 million a year on a new contract. If we look at the highest paid defensive tackles in the NFL via Spotrac, so Aaron Donald leads the way at 31.666666 repeating $million, and then there's a large gap between him and second, and most of these were deals done this offseason. Quinnen Williams agreed to extension, Jeffrey Simmons agreed to an extension, Darren Payne agreed to extension, Dexter Lawrence agreed to an extension, Javon Hargrave agreed to an extension. So Chris Jones reportedly looking for a little bit less than Aaron Donald, but clearly more than any other defensive tackle. And most people would agree the top two defensive tackles in the NFL currently are Aaron Donald and Chris Jones. The NFL's top 100 actually put Jones ahead of Donald. I think that list did have a lot of flaws, but Chris Jones made the top 10, and I believe Aaron Donald was 11th. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Chris Jones would really be willing to sit out until Week 8? I believe the Chiefs' bye is Week 7, so that would be 6 games. And keep in mind, edge rusher Charles Omenihu is also suspended the first 6 games of the season, so that would take put a major dent in Kansas City's pass rush without those two for the first 6 games of the season, and put a lot more pressure on Mahomes, Kelsey, and the offense. But definitely something to keep tabs on. Will Chris Jones report before the regular season begins? Will the Chiefs acquiesce to what he's looking for and pay him? Time will tell, but definitely would hurt if Chris Jones were to sit out the first 6 games. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.